to another video. What we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to tile your pool. If you got some broken tiles that are falling off, we're going to turn around and show you today exactly how you can do that yourself and save hundreds of dollars of having a professional come out and do it. If you can make pancakes and eggs, you can definitely do this. So we're going to start off today here at Home Depot and show you exactly what to get. It's only $10. Let's go. Hey guys, we're going to head on down here. We're inside. We're going to go down to the top. We're going to go down to the, we're going to head on down to the tile section down here. Come on, follow me. So we're going to go to the ones that's right here, tile adhesive. So you see all these nice little different stuff. So we're going to go down here. We're going to look for, they got this great stuff right here. It's called tile repair mortar white, $10. See, somebody's already been here. So this is the one we want to buy right here. So if you're just doing one tile, this will do about 8 to 10 tiles total is all you need. So it will actually adhere the tile. Even works right here, it works underwater. But I wouldn't suggest that. If you've got tile that's underwater that fell off, lower that down a little bit and then put it on there, let it dry overnight, then we grout it. And we're going to show you how to do some of that. You'll also need a sponge to wipe it down with. Probably want to grab you one of these right here so you can sponge it down real good. So once you put it on there and get it onto the, you're going to butter the surface, put your tile on, you're going to use your sponge to wipe it down real good. And then you probably want to use a bucket. I'll show you where you can get a cheap bucket. You can use one of these. You can use this to stir and mix your grout. They have a better one though. So they have one of these in metal. Go over here to paint. They have little buckets. They're like $1. So when you're done with it, instead of cleaning it out, you just throw it away. So let's check it out. So you can either get the $2.18 or the $2.93. If it's a very small tile, this is what I use to mix in. If it's a little bit bigger repair, I use these bigger ones. But these work really well to make little small batches. This one is a 1 quart. And it works great to make little small batches. Remember, you only want to do it in little small batches or it's going to get super hard pretty quick. Let me show you where the little spatulas are. So you can get these little spatulas. This would be good to mix it up with, and this can use to butter the beam real good. They have this over in the construction department for $1. Or you can get these right here for $3. Here they are right here. That's what I was looking for, guys. So you get this one right here, it's $1. So you can just mix this in the bucket. So you just use this to mix in your bucket and use that to butter your beam. Put it on there, wipe your excess off, scrape it in the bucket, sponge it, and you're done. So this is a great $1 tool. So those are all the tools that I use as a professional contractor to turn around and put the tile back up. All right, let's go to the job now. We're going to check out, get all of our tools that we just bought, and we'll meet you at the contractor. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to, you saw where we went to Home Depot and picked up all the materials. I'll show you that again. And we're going to show you here how to do your own tiles. So when some tiles fall off and you need to fix those, we're going to show and help this client right here to be able to do his own, where you're not paying somebody to come out, like myself, a pool expert, to come out and charge you $200 an hour to lay tile down. You can do it yourself. So you saw earlier where we picked up this material right here at Home Depot. So we brought this out here. You're going to watch us. So don't forget, you want the tile repair mortar. It's the one that says works underwater. About $10 that you saw us pick up earlier. You can use this for your mixer. You're going to need your sponges. These are about $8, $9. And you're going to need a bucket. You can use any bucket. We just happen to have a brand new Home Depot bucket, but we can use anything. So let's get started. Let's go, guys.
Whereas the other one didn't. I don't know why.
So you can see, guys, right here we have this bond beam that is completely delaminated with the tile. So I'm going to show you how to put this stuff on. First thing you want to do is make sure you get all this little stuff right here off the top. Now this one has a little bit of a hollow sound, perfectly normal. That's just part of the bond beam. You see where we get these marks right here. You want to make sure you kind of get those smoothed out a little bit, because you want to get the most amount of contact that we can get Alright guys, so what we did is we just flattened all that out where all the tile fell off and got all this kind of prepped where it's real smooth. They do make another machine. You can put it on the end of a grinder. I'll show you that here in a few minutes. You could take that and grind it, just don't hit the edges of the tile with it, and it'll make this real smooth. But we're ready to tile this down. So let's go ahead and let's mix up some juice here. So we're going to use about 50% just to get started. Now we're not putting a whole lot of water in there because this doesn't take much water to activate. Otherwise it's going to get a little too creamy. I'll throw another splash in there. So we just want to mix this up about like toothpaste. That's all we're looking for. So the very first thing we're going to do, sponge off the excess water. And we're going to put our butter, and that's like butter in a toast. Just want it just like you butter your toast for breakfast. You don't want to mix up too much of this at a time, otherwise if it hardens you're going to lose all of it. So we're just going to mix little batches at a time with it. Make sure we get our edges good. Alright, now we got it all on there. We'll set this down just like this. We're going to take this hammer and use your rubber soft end. You just want to tap the tiles, make sure they get seated good. So as you see me hitting it, you'll see it start to ooze up in between because we're getting out the excess. Alright, and then the other thing you want to make sure is you got even on both sides. So that looks pretty good. I want to wipe it down a little bit. And normally you let this dry overnight, come back the next day and grout. But we're going to show you what you would do the next day. So we're going to pretend it's the following day now. So then you're going to come back in and essentially just fill all this in. Again, you want to mix it very, very creamy. It doesn't have to be thick. You're just going to come along and wipe it on here like that. The reason you do it the next day, guys, if you're doing this while it's wet on the same day that you put it down, tiles are going to move around a little bit and then they won't be perfectly even. And I'm doing it just for the sake of showing it to you, and B, I've done this before, so I know how to keep them from moving around. But you can save you a lot of money from having a pool guy or a tile guy, especially if you only got just a few little tiles to put up. And again, if it's above the water line in the pool, you can definitely make it happen. If it's below the water line, you can let a little bit of water out by backwashing, or if you've got a sump pump, and if you don't have one and you need a sump pump, you can go to a local rental store, whether it be Home Depot or a different place, and you can rent you a pump and pump some of that out either on your property or out to a drainage easement, just like you would have when the water spills off the roof. The biggest thing you guys want to watch for is when we drop grout down here on the plaster like this, just make sure you wash it away pretty quick and make sure that you don't let it sit there overnight. So once you're all finished grouting, make sure you wipe anything that you spilled. Take your pool brush and just brush that out real good. Otherwise it will stick to the plaster and then you got a bigger problem. So once this is dried for about 5 or 10 minutes, take your sponge. As long as you're not dropping clumps in the pool, you can use your pool water. If it's clumpy or anything, you definitely want to use a bucket with something. There you go. That's all there is to it right there. Hope you guys like that. Again, just like we went over to Home Depot, just grab some of this, mix it up to toothpaste consistency, clean and prep the surface area where the tile came out, sponge that off, butter it, put your towel down, let it dry overnight, then turn around, come back the next day, grout that in. But remember, anything that falls on the plaster, brush it out so it doesn't stick to it as far as your wet grout. And then once you fill in your grout, sponge it down real good. You probably have to do it 2 or 3 times. Sometimes it'll create a white kind of a film. If it does stay white after it's dried for a couple of days, you can get some Windex, spray Windex on it, get you a towel, and you can wipe the film off.